All right. Hey, everybody. It's 40K Thursday. We got Todd the Expert with us, Ferris Wheel, the man, the myth, the legend, and we're talking about one of the coolest new releases. And out of all of the cool new releases, it's been a hell of a year, but like Todd the Tyrant, apparently, because that would be his Chaos Knight name, and that's what we're
Oh
talking
yeah.
about. The
Oh yeah.
Chaos Knights. Oh my god. The big, beautiful boys with double Gatling cannon hands or giant corrupted swords. So Todd is going to take us. He'll be our guide through the Chaos Knight garden of amazingness, as I have not had a chance to really dive into them yet. I was really surprised that they I thought it were just going to be like a like kind of like a mod pack, and they wouldn't go full on to the idea of it. But then they released a whole codex on it. So
Yeah, they got a whole kit. It looks pretty sweet as well, I think.
dude,
I
just
know a
the
lot of people don't like those, like the reverse legs. They think it looks stupid, but
really.
I'm a big fan of it. I think it looks great.
I think it's a lot. I think it's a really cool idea to like kind of identify them for quick and easy, and it also fits in with the big Karn robots. They have the backwards legs as well, don't they?
Karn robots?
You know the
Do you mean corn robots?
yeah, sorry,
Chitin rampagers is
that's the
what those are
one. Yeah,
called. And Lords of Skulls.
yeah. The Lords of Skulls, the ones with the legs though, the leg mod.
The chitins are the ones with the legs.
Perfect. Okay, but they are they
Yeah.
essentially the same, or do they have different rules? I thought they were like the same
They
thing.
have different rules.
Oh shit.
The
Okay.
Lord of Skulls is chonkier.
Oh, he is chunkier.
Yeah,
Damn.
he's got more wounds and stuff.
Because like
The
the
chitin is
legs.
way cooler though.
So much cooler. You can actually has
It's
decent
way cooler.
poses. Doesn't look like garbage. He
Yeah.
looks doesn't look like somebody's like, hey, what if a centaur was like a tank instead? Oh wait, it would look fucking retarded. Yeah, that's why. Because
Oh.
turns out instead of long, beautiful legs, they're about that far off the ground. Like, it just looks bad.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst looking.
I don't like it at all. No,
Like
I hate
imagine,
it
oh, it's
actually.
so bad. And then like it doesn't pose well. It's either like aha. Like at least the other ones you could be like back, and I'm like cool.
Yeah, they've
Anyway,
got a waist that can move.
exactly.
It makes a lot more sense, but whatever. I mean, like there's very little that's more like turbo 40k grimdark stupid over the top than the Lord of Skulls.
That is
So
true. I think he's literally the model with the most skulls, which is appropriate. They're like, but they at one point they're like they get you feel like a little ridiculous because they are just jam packed into that thing.
yeah,
Oh yeah,
skulls for the skull throne.
blood for the blood god, all that other good stuff. So with that, like I was saying, they have the backwards legs. Don't the defilers have backwards legs too? Like pretty much all the larger chaos robots do, don't they?
I don't think so. The defilers have like the crab legs.
Oh, not defilers. What am I thinking of?
Decimators.
That's the one.
Yeah, I think they do have the reverse legs as well.
Yeah. So and they're pretty badass looking as well. So as far as these new Chaos Knights, though, so let's dive into where do you want to start with kind of the
I don't know. I guess at the beginning, but I'm not really sure where that is. So, as everybody already saw, I guess, but we'll talk about it anyway. So, in the preview, they previewed that there's going to be two different Chaos Knight houses: the Iconoclast, which are Traitor Knights, and the Infernal, which are Traitor Knights that are part of the Dark Mechanicum instead. So it's like those ones are like the more demonic ones, and the Iconoclast are like just evil sons of bitches. That's like, you know what I mean?
yeah, they're
Uh,
like, well, we're not chaos, but fuck everybody in the Imperium. They're like, we don't worship the gods, but we don't worship anybody.
yeah, yeah.
Nice.
So they've got like more of the like knightly vibe, like the classic evil knight vibe, and the Infernal is more of like the demonic uh
Aspects.
for gods thing.
Nice.
Yeah. So, anywho, the Iconoclast, their household trait is that when they charge, are charged, or heroically intervene, something that we've, the prerequisites that we've seen in multiple places like Space Wolves and Blood Angels and stuff like that in order to get their bonus. It's just the first round of combat, unless you're awkwardly piled into, which happens a lot, but they don't include a provision for that.
Yeah.
You get +1 attack, and all of your attacks have an extra AP. And
pretty good.
if a unit fails morale within 12 inches of you, an extra guy dies. Which, who cares? That's like useless. It's like one mortal wound. That's useless. But plus
Game
one attack.
breaking! Game breaking! It's over. Ban them. Ban them from tournaments.
Oof!
Ouch!
Too
Owie!
powerful.
Oh!
They roll the die and they're like, "I got one left," and you're like, "No, you're dead." And they're like, "Ugh," and then you win the event because of that, right? No,
Goes wild.
Wrong. It doesn't do anything. Okay, so
if you didn't kill them all, you fucked up.
right. Actually, I can see it. It would be hilarious in a situation where like it's the last orc that dies, and then it's like, oh, you can't green tide, or the last cultist.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that would be hilarious, but I doubt it will ever happen. It'd be awesome to see though.
It would be pretty cool.
If you're gonna play Chaos Knights, look out for that opportunity where they're like, "I have one left," and you're like, "No, you don't. Be gone, thought."
My secret technique.
Mind crush.
Actually, I do have a knight sitting around that might need to. Well, it has not been built yet. That needs to be built into probably a Chaos Knight, if I'm honest.
Yeah, send him to the Shadow Realm with that minus. Extra guy dies to leadership. So there's that. The extra attack is really good on knights because
holy shit,
they can trade that attack for 3 attacks.
I'm sorry. What?
So that's like you know when they stomp, they do 3 times their attacks.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and that the profile of that weapon is -2 and then D3 damage. So it'd be -3 and then D3 damage. The extra minus is pretty sweet on that because when you have things like, I think guardsmen have a 4-up. I might be wrong, but no, I think they might have a 5-up. Anyway, anything that has a 4-up no longer gets a save. You just kill it, right? And when you have between 15 and infinity attacks with your knight, we'll get to the infinity attacks later.
Okay.
But when you have between 15 and infinity attacks, and then it just kills them outright because the AP goes right through their armor, that's pretty sweet. Also, Marines only save on 6s, so if you manage to play against somebody that's playing Primaris and you charge into him,
super rare.
Yes, the kicks are going to be doing disgusting amounts of damage to that, like because they'll be saving on 6s. Everybody knows that a 6-up save is no save at all. And then
every time you roll it, you're like, yeah, this is gonna. You just basically. I know every time I'm just like, yeah, this really makes a difference.
When I'm rolling for 6s, I'm like, yeet, and I'm like, oh, they only die by 12 instead of 15.
Yes.
So that's
one
pretty
left.
Sweet. Yeah. There's never one left. It dies. The extra AP is pretty sweet for that and nothing else because the Reaper Chainsword is already like -5 billion or whatever. Like I'm pretty sure you don't get a save against the Thunderstrike Gauntlet or the Reaper Chainsword. So it doesn't matter for those. Where it could matter is Armigers because their AP is worse. I've never seen. I've played them one time. But
wait, that time against me where you just mutilated me? It was awful.
I think I've played them 3 times.
Oh,
now,
okay,
but
yeah.
but still, yeah, I haven't played them very much. I think they're minus. I think they're -3.
-3.
So then they'd be -4, and the extra attack on them can be converted to 2 attacks, because they have a sweep attack and a normal attack as well.
Sweep the leg, Johnny.
Yeah. So you get 2 more attacks, and they're AP3 or maybe AP4, and yeah. So that's kind of nice if you do want to play those. I don't know that I'd recommend playing them. I don't think they're amazing, but they're cool. You can make some cool chaos conversions.
That is true. Have you seen the thing that's really funny? The thing I've seen the most converted to is awesome bikes. They just take the top of the Armiger and put it over the bike, and it looks really cool. It's like a Tron bike, but that's how little I've seen people play or use Armigers.
That is a really expensive bike,
right? And that's my thing. I was like, I think most people play them as like the attack bike with the extra person inside, but model.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Still though. I mean, the attack bike, if you're like, fuck having a sidecar with guns, I think a lot of people are just in desperation because they just feel it looks super goofy.
I love it. So this benefits every knight except for the Helverin because, yeah, it doesn't benefit that at all.
Okay, because rules said so.
Well, I mean, he's got the 2 autocannons. He has no melee profile. He sucks in
He
close
can't
combat.
even he can't even step on.
No, it's the little armature with the autocannons. No, he
Oh,
can't
that
step
guy.
on people.
Oh,
He's
yeah, no, he's
he does nothing. I mean,
he's
he
a cutie
shoots
boy.
and he's pretty good at shooting, but like the household trait does nothing for him. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay, that makes
It
sense.
does stuff for everything else because every single knight can trade for that 3 attacks and then their 5 attacks and then so they're doing 15 attacks that are pretty good attacks, strength 8 and all that.
Yeah.
So it's pretty sweet on everything. The other trait is the infernal trait where I think it's once per round you take a mortal wound and then you roll a d3 and you get a bonus based on that d3 roll, or you take d3 mortal wounds and you pick from the table.
Oh
And the
shit.
table is as follows. On a 1 on the d3, you get +2 to your movement. I think it's just +2 to your movement. It might be +2 to your movement and +2 to your charge, which would be sick, but I can't remember. And 2 is +1 toughness, so you get a toughness 9 knight, which helps you against a few things. And so, like, if you see that you might want that because they have 13 Lehman Russes with battle cannons, and you want them to wound you on 5s, that'd be a good application for that.
Okay, all right.
And then the third one is going to be the one that people use most often, and it's you pick one of your weapons, and it has +1 strength and +1 damage for the game turn. So I guess yeah. And the obvious application is you put it on your Avenger cannon, and then you have 12 strength 7 -2 3 damage shots, which is that'll do a lot of damage.
Nightly
That's a
friggin'
lot of
damage.
damage.
That's a lot of damage.
You need flex tape for your Necron Destroyer squad once it's completely annihilated by that.
Now that you've chosen the one Necron player in the world, no.
I like to pick on the one Necron
The
player.
one Necron player. He's like, I got one guy left.
No! But the one guy left lives with the Infernal trait because it doesn't do that extra guy running away.
No.
So, yeah. So don't pick Infernal because there's going to be one guy left and you're going to wish that you were Iconoclast and that guy ran away. So,
10 out of 10.
there's a few things that this is really strong on.
Well, there's quite
Like-
a few things it's going to be pretty strong on.
Right, like Castellan plasma gun. The plasma gun goes up. I mean, it basically becomes the Imperial relic plasma gun. So like, it's not that good, but like, it's there. It exists.
It's a cool thing to model.
Yeah, your Armiger can have or your Helverin Armiger can have a strength 8 autocannon that does D3. Does it do D3? No, it does 4 damage.
Damn.
That would be pretty sweet. Gatling gun is obviously insane.
These things are
Battle
just
cannon would be
ridiculous.
fine, but like the Gatling gun's probably better, so wouldn't mess around with that too much. So yeah, there's like all of those bonuses are good, which makes it a powerful ability because then you can pick the one that you really want.
Mm-hmm.
And then bada bing, bada boom, you got your toughness 9 knight, and people are like, why the hell is your knight toughness 9? And you're like, my knight's Brayar Thash Mantle, and he's invincible. And then your
Boy, did
opponent
he
kills
change
it with the
quick.
Blood Angel Smash Captain.
Smash Captain. Yeah, that's the thing.
But the
about
Smash
knights.
Captain will wound on 4s.
That captain is just vicious. I wish there was a good chaos equivalent to him.
There's some stuff like that, but we talked about it already.
It's true. That's true. So
So those are the houses.
pretty good houses actually. It seems like those are nice choices. Neither one neither one coming out like as like the every time going to be the clear winner. But
Yeah,
I kind of
and
like that.
that's a sign of good design, right?
Yeah.
Because they're both good. It's not like both are crap. So it's like, whoa, does it matter which crap one I pick?
It's
No,
not
they're
like
both
playing.
good.
It's not like playing a Space Marine Relegends. Where like, no, that's okay, that's really good. Like, or Chaos, no, that's pretty good. That's okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh man.
So yeah, you got your options, and yeah, they're pretty sweet.
That's awesome. So I know the let's dive into kind of the weapons since we were talking about kind of those for a little bit. Did they get any new weapons with the Codex or anything noteworthy?
So there is one new weapon, and I mean, there's kind of so like there's two new knights in the book, and the first one is the Desecrator. I think it's called the Desecrator, and it's the chaos version of the Preceptor, which nobody used because it's bad.
Preceptor, what a
Yeah, the
terrible name.
Preceptor's the one with the Las Pulsar. You know what I'm talking about. It's the one that the named character drives in the
Oh
Imperial.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
and so it gives reroll ones to armigers within 6 inches, which is very small range for an aura.
Especially
When
for something
when
that.
your army has like 8 things in it, maybe.
Ugh.
But like, so there's that, and the gun is actually even worse than the Imperial version.
Wait, what?
It's the laser beam does D3 shots, so you know it's bad already, and D3 strength 14 -4 D6 damage, and ones and twos count as threes on the damage. So that means you roll your D3 shots, you get 2 shots, you hit with one, you wound with one, they pass their invulnerable save and you do nothing. Or they fail their invulnerable save and you do up to 6 damage, and that's your entire knight. When a different knight shoots 24 strength 6 shots and kills an entire unit instantly.
Holy shit!
It's like it's not even comparable.
No contest.
It's so bad.
Holy crap.
He has no shots at all.
Fuck.
So yeah, he's trash.
Not
mean, I
that
think-
one.
I think there's okay, even though it's worse than the Imperial one in my opinion.
Yeah.
There's merit to it more because armigers are stronger in the Chaos Army
Really?
in my opinion because the infernal trait making your Helverins have strength 8 4 damage guns
Ooh, yeah. Huh.
is good, and extra attacks on the armiger warglaves is good.
Oh,
So it's like, so like if you know, like if you had to run it,
yeah.
it would be better than running it in the Imperial version, in my opinion.
Well, and plus with running them, and with nobody thinking really that they're going to be that big of a threat because they're used to fighting regular armigers. You could actually, everybody's focused on your damn knight, and all of a sudden these things are busting out extra craziness. That actually could be
4 damage shots. Yeah. Oof.
Oof! Ouch! Owie!
Yeah, so I like that. It could be fun. I don't know that it's. I mean, it's not amazing.
Some people need a reason to play armigers. They all have them because they bought them, and they're like, oh.
Well, I think Helverins have been used to some extent before, but not like a lot. So, and giving them reroll ones is like,
Whoop-de-doo.
whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares? And then there's another new knight. It's called the Rampager. It's just a knight gallant, which is the melee knight. It costs 15 more points than so you can take a melee knight as a despoiler, and
Yeah.
the despoiler is the knight chassis that can just take any combination of weapons.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then it's the same as a gallant. Or you can have a knight gallant in the form of this Rampager, and it costs 15 points more. And on 6s, if it's attacking with its sword or its fist, it gets an extra attack. So it's like,
Not bad.
I mean, it's 15 points for a bonus that will probably never help you, but it could, and it would be cool when it did.
Yeah.
But the fact that they split the profile into 2, right? So there's a profile for the Rampager and the Despoiler, and the Despoiler can just be a melee knight as well.
Yeah.
Means that you can get around the rule of 3, and you could take 5 melee knights. 5. You can take 5 melee knights. It's like 1930 points.
Holy
So you
shit.
can take 5 of them,
I'm gonna
and then
do
you
that.
automatically lose to any list that has flyers. You just automatically lose. It's over. And if anybody just wants to deploy their stuff in a building, you can't do anything. You can shoot it with stubbers because you're not allowed to charge it. So So
Just,
don't
just
play.
imagine five melee knights come out of there. And you just, ah,
You'd
ah.
think they would just knock over the building,
Yeah,
but like
they can't.
they didn't get a demo permit. They didn't go to the city beforehand, so
We
they
are Chaos Knights, but we still got to respect the bounds of the city. I mean, these
we're
hardworking officials.
we're lawful evil.
Yeah,
Okay, like we
lawful.
need a permit to knock down this building.
Yeah.
So so yeah, you can take 5. Don't
Don't
you'll lose
take
to
5.
anybody that
Take 4 and a flyer.
could.
Oh man.
You could take 3 and 3 Helldrakes. Just
Oh,
like
there you
who
go.
cares, right? But then you only have 3, which is basically you bitched out,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
What are you doing? You just might as well brought. Just bring 4, and then the one with 2 Gatling guns.
I think that's too expensive, but it would be awesome.
It would be so cool.
Yeah. So yeah, there's that. That I think that covers the new Knight chassis. There's no way to double up the weapons on the Dominus Knights, which is too bad, because it'd be cool to have 2 volcano cannons just for fun, or 2 of the flamers. That would be awesome.
That would be.
But you can't do that.
Oh.
So just
Put it out of your head.
yeah,
Get rid of it.
shove those feelings down. It's like, oh yeah, that'd be cool. No, you can't have it. So
No.
just don't even bother. So yeah, that's all the new Knight chassis. Not
Okay.
like a whole lot changed. I mean, it's basically the same as Chaos Knights, and then you get the option to pay 15 points and get extra attacks on your.
Still pretty. I mean,
Gallant.
for 15 points, as far as like the whole overall Knight cost, it seems like kind of worth it. I mean, just especially if you have like some extra points you don't know what to do with.
Sure.
But and that 15 points is not that's not a. I've built lists and been looking where to put that last like 10, 15 points into. So I feel like that's a reasonable price for what you're getting.
Yeah.
And then
For an ability that's like mostly useless, but it could be cool
it's okay.
sometimes. I don't know. It could be like, oh, you rolled 4 1s, but then you rolled 2 6s, so it's like, yeah, I get 4 attacks. But yeah,
Let's see. Now, can they benefit from Veterans of the Long War?
no. Well, they
there
don't
goes.
need to.
I mean,
They
they don't.
wound everything in the game on 2s.
Holy crap! Really?
Like, yeah, the weapon is the fist is 2 times strength, so it's strength 16. It's
Oh, good God. Okay, never
it
mind.
wounds everything on 2, except for another knight that's boosted its toughness, or Brayarth Ashmantle himself.
I have him.
But he would die to a knight in
he
close
would.
combat.
He would
so.
fucking be murdered.
But if he
quickly.
charged a knight, he'd probably mess it up pretty bad.
Yeah. He would serve his purpose. Although it's really funny imagining because he's got like the kind of the older looking model. So imagining them running, I don't know why. It's just hilarious to me because they're kind of just
Yeah, they're stubby legs.
they're just fucking trying to make it.
I like them.
Oh,
They're
he's
cute.
they're kick ass. It's just one of those like just imagining him trying to make it like a charge.
Yeah.
So noble. I look like a fucking toddler in a box.
Like a chubby kid chasing after the ice cream truck.
Oh yeah. He'll catch it one day.
Was
He'll be
that
skinny
you?
when he does.
Was that you when you were a kid?
No. Oh, hey, we have somebody speaking a different language in chat.
They're speaking in tongues.
Ah, okay.
They've been possessed by a Chaos Knight
Welcome,
demon.
Dark Blue. I hope you're having a good time. So, I was gonna laugh if those are like night names that I'm not familiar with. Tuangeli? Okay. I hope these aren't insults. I wouldn't know.
Yeah, probably don't read.
Yeah,
things
don't read them
aloud.
out loud. That's a bad idea. So,
Yeah.
so now with building Chaos Knights, of course, you want to be able to put them around a list. And so, is there any particular things you've been seeing that they synchronize particularly well with? Like, how it got some sweet synergy with? Like just a million cultists and tidal traders, bringing them back, and just surround it with a bubble of death.
You could. I mean, all the usual suspects for support in Chaos are applicable, like Thousand Suns, Psychers, and things like that. You can cast Death Hex on stuff that has no invuln, and then your Knight crushes it in close combat or shoots the hell out of it.
Yeah.
Demons, because Plague Bearers are like just pretty good. Stuff like that.
Nice.
Nothing like super crazy, but
Okay, so nothing that's gonna be like game breaking or anything like that, probably.
no, you can combine it with like the new like Lord Discordant and just have like a bunch of melee stuff just running at people and trying to kill it and not die. But
That's
I
not
don't
too
know.
bad.
I haven't really
Oh wait,
gotten.
does it benefit from the demon engines?
No, they're
Oh,
not
okay.
demons.
Damn. I was gonna say if the
Um,
House Infernal benefited from the demon engines thing, then it gets
that'd be pretty whack
be real
because then you
interesting
could
for
like,
sure.
yeah. So their relics, I don't remember all of the relics, but there's a few that stand out. There's a Slanesh one that gives you, it's called like the Quicksilver Throne, gives you +1 to your movement and +1 to your run and +1 to your charge, and you always fight first. And
That's
yeah,
kind of
so
nice.
it's pretty sweet.
Always
Uh,
fighting first is huge. I bet with knights.
Maybe. I mean, if you
Hey,
get charged by multiple things, it matters, which is, I mean, that does matter, but I don't know that it'll matter all the time.
oh okay.
Uh, there's another relic that's pretty cool that makes your knight a psyker. He can cast Smite and deny 2 powers, which is nice. Denying powers matters more than doing 1 smite, but
Damn.
it's nice to have. It's kind of fun. It's kind of flavorful. There's a relic that gives you ignore hit modifiers, and this is going to be the most powerful one by far. So you put that on your double Gat Knight, and then he never gets any penalties to hit. He just shoots the crap out of stuff. So if your opponent has Eldar flyers that are -2 to be hit, you're like, no, you're actually dead instead. So
Holy
that's
fuck.
or Venoms. It's like, oh no, you're actually dead.
That
Plague
is
Bearers, it's like, you're actually dead.
holy hell. That is nuts. Like, okay, so and that how do is it just something they can do? Like, what do you have to pay for it?
Well, it's a relic, so you have to get a relic.
Oh, I guess that makes sense. Oh, that's just a relic. Holy sh! That is the strongest relic I've ever heard of. Like that is literally the strongest relic I've ever like. I can't think of a more strong one.
It's pretty strong.
Like, huh? So well, that's gonna be good. Apparently, somebody. I'm probably not gonna translate that for you just because it's probably gonna be bad. And plus, we're right on show. I don't have time to translate stuff, but good on you for knowing whatever that is. Um, weird. Okay, so when it comes to so relics, we've got some good ones. We've got some good houses. We got sounds like things are going pretty dang well for the Chaos Knight release. Now, as far as the new modeling and everything that comes out with the new kit. Now, would you recommend somebody kind of do modify ones they have, or is the new kit really going to be worth it?
I mean, it depends on what you want to do. The new kit's really cool because of the reverse legs. I think that it looks sweet. It's the new sword is really cool. The new fist is
Ooh,
really
yeah.
cool. It's all super cool looking. I like it.
Nah, so kind of more up to your own flavor of what kind of chaotic
Yeah,
or
if you
what
want to convert
corruption you
your own
want.
stuff, and a lot of people already converted a bunch of their own stuff. So
Yeah, I
if that's what
remember.
they want to do, it's what they want to do.
No, that works. And you converted one, right? Like you had
No, well,
no.
kinda. I mean, I
Okay.
used the old Forge World kit.
Oh, is that what? Okay, there you go.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Now, so so when you're running your knight, is there anything particular? Like, what army would you run that in? Like, any particular like legion or?
I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
You use the same support stuff that you would use normally.
Oh, okay, that works then.
And so the stratagems,
Mm-hmm.
they've got a lot of pretty good stratagems. All the same ones from the Night Book, basically, where you got your cool stuff like Death Grip, where you can crush people to death, Full Tilt, where you can run and charge, things like that, which is sweet. And then the Iconoclasts have a specific stratagem where they've got like these 3 stratagems vows. One of them is you do all 3 of these before the game starts, and it gives your knight a bonus. So the first one is the vow of savagery, I think is what it's called.
Sounds fun.
And for every 10 guys you kill in close combat, you get an extra attack. So that's where you can get the infinite attack knight, right? You can start
Yeah.
You can start with the Knight Gallant, the Knight Rampager, I guess, and then he has 5 attacks. He's Iconoclast, so when he charges, he has 6 attacks. You multiply that by 3, he has 18 attacks. Then he kills 18 guys. Then he has +1 attack. Then he charges again, he does 21 attacks. Kills 21 guys. Then he has +2 more attacks, so you can have 9 attacks. He's got 1 billion attacks. If your
Damn.
opponent's playing a Horde army, he can just kill everything, get infinity attacks, mulch all of your opponent's stuff. Super awesome. The second one is the Vow of Domination. It might be the most competitive one for a singular knight because it makes it so your opponent can only wound it on a 4-up no matter what. So even if
Damn.
they've got a strength 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 weapon, they can't wound on anything but a 4-up.
Oh, wow.
So that can make it so if your opponent's got like a bunch of anti-knight stuff, then they can't just one-shot your knight.
Which has been a problem. I've seen many knights actually, they swagger onto the board and get instantly shot off the board as soon as they pop up. And now, you said something earlier that I'm just remembering. You said infinite attacks. Now, how the hell are infinite attacks? How does that work?
I just explained the infinite attack.
Wait, that continues permanently? It keeps going?
Yeah.
Oh,
If you kill 10 guys, you get +1 attack forever.
forever.
And then you
Okay.
just keep on killing stuff, and then you get +1
Shit.
attack, and then you get +1 attack, and then you can have infinite attacks.
Okay. Well, as long as there's still people to kill, holy hell. So,
Yeah.
danger orcs.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's hilarious.
That's pretty kick-ass, man.
People can live the dream and get their infinite attack knight. The third one is Vow of the Beast Slayer, where you reroll 1s to wound against anything that has 8 or more wounds. So it's I think it's the least useful one, but it could be useful. You charge your opponent's 13 Leman Russes, and then if you roll a bunch of 1s to wound, you reroll, and then you wound on 2s and kill them all. So that'd be cool.
That's pretty good. But they still only count as 1.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Well, you can't take more than 1 vow on your guy, so you can't have
all right.
you can't have all 3. That'd be hilarious.
It's like all of a sudden just death and destruction incarnate. Hell yeah, dude.
Yep. And then their other stratagem that's unique to their house is you pick a unit that you've charged, and you get to reroll all hits against it in close combat with
Nice.
all of your knights.
Wait,
So
what?
if you charge something with multiple knights,
Yeah.
then you can reroll to hit with both of the knights that charged, or all 3 of the knights that charged, or all 4 of the knights that charged.
The all 5 that you brought that are all melee.
Yeah, you can charge your opponents. I don't even know what would survive long enough to attack with. I don't know. Maybe you whiff with all your stuff, and you reroll and you whiff, and then you reroll and you whiff, and then you attack with the second one, you roll and you whiff, and then you reroll and you whiff, and then you're like, all right, my third guy, roll, you whiff, you reroll, you hit with everything, and then you kill it, and you're like, there's my stratagem. Got him.
Yeah, I told you we had this.
I have the worst luck ever. That's why I use this stratagem.
Yeah, no, that sounds like this guy's stratagem. I'm the kind of guy who's charged a demon prince into I think it was like an orc truck. It wasn't even anything that big. Couldn't hit it at all. At all. Did not hit with all 8 attacks because it was, of course, Slaanesh and all that other good stuff, and it was just nothing, not a damn thing. So yeah, that's probably a stratagem I would definitely use. So perfect. So let's see, we covered new things, kick-ass modeling options and choices that are now again on the market with the new stuff. We've covered how to make armatures a little bit better, the 2 different houses, the 2 new chassis, and then any other old weapon combinations that you think if somebody's now diving into knights to make a chaos knight that they should embrace. What do you think?
2 Gatling cannons.
2 Gatling cannons. Is there anything like that close to that strong as far as
other people kicked around 2 battle cannons and 2 thermal cannons, but I don't know. More shots is better in this game.
Makes sense. Shoot as many and as often as you can.
There's still 3 more stratagems, I think.
Oh wow.
For the Infernal Knights.
Oh duh.
The other ones were for the Iconoclast Knights. The Infernal Knights have one where you For every guy that you kill in close combat, you roll a die, and on a 4-up, you heal a wound up to a
Nice.
maximum of 6 wounds. So you could heal 6 wounds. It's really strong. They have the House Tyrannus stratagem where if your knight dies at the end of the phase, you can pay 3 and then you roll a die, and on a 4-up, your knight comes back with D3 wounds. Uh,
Oh my god, I'd be so pissed if I killed a knight and he was just like, okay,
and
we're
then he
back. And then
charges,
he,
and then he charges your unit and heals himself for 6 wounds.
oh fuck,
And
that
he's like,
is
yee!
yeet.
uh, and then there's one that it makes all of your heavy stubbers +1 strength, which
So
who
when they're in
cares?
the when they're in the buildings, there you
Oh
go.
yeah, you
That's
can
there
gun
you
them
go.
down. Degenerate.
Degenerates,
And
degenerates
then
everywhere.
the last one is pretty cool. You use it at the start of your opponent's psychic phase, and anybody within 12 inches of one of your knights, if they cast a spell, they peril.
They peril.
Yeah. No matter what they
Auto
roll,
peril.
they peril. Yeah. So
That's
it can
pretty cool.
discourage your opponent from doing a bunch of fancy magic. And there's a combo with that. There's a stratagem in the Chaos book, the Demon's book, rather,
Yeah.
where if your opponent perils, instead of taking D3 wounds, they take 2D3 wounds. So if your opponent has... There's a lot of Psychers in the game that don't have very many wounds. Like
Yeah.
Orc Weird Boys have like 3 wounds. Eldar stuff has like 2 wounds. So like 2D3 mortal wounds kills them. And then also, when you die to perils, you blow up and do D3 mortal wounds to everything within 6 inches.
Yeah.
Also, your spell automatically fails.
Holy
So if they
shit.
cast the spell, and then it's like, oh, well, you peril, and you take 2d3 mortal wounds, and you die, and you do mortal wounds to the guys around you, and your spell doesn't go, then it's like,
Oh my
your
god.
opponent is very encouraged to not cast spells.
So it sounds like Chaos Knights are going to be one of the best things to go up against the Eldar kind of BS that we see a lot from Eldar. Like it sounds like it's going to
Yeah,
be quite a
could be.
strong option against Eldar.
Because they have ignores hit modifiers on a guy that can shoot the hell out of them.
Yeah.
You just boost up one of those Gatling guns. It like one shots one of the flyers. It's no, it's not bad at all. There are some good options in the book.
Hell yes. So I'm gonna have to. Yep. I'm definitely that knight is definitely going Chaos because I don't like fighting Eldar.
Spiky knights all day.
Spiky knights. Oh look, the knight's here to save us. It has spiky bits. I like how GW actually made that. It was part of the reveal video. It's fucking beautiful.
Classic meme.
Classic. El Clasico. Oh yeah. So yeah. Let's see. Other than that, any final thoughts on the Chaos Knights? Do you think they kind of fit exactly where they need to go, or they need a little bit boost in strength? They just perfect strength, strong enough? Do you think?
I think it's hard to say for sure right now, but I think that they've got some good stuff. I think that they have options. You could definitely play a few of them. You could just play one. There's lists that have won events that were already playing a Chaos Knight, and now it's
oh, nice.
It's stronger. So I mean, it's better there, obviously. I think that there's a lot of fun stuff where it's like with the thing where you gain attacks after you kill 10 guys.
Yeah.
You could live a dream where your knight's got like 10 attacks, and then he charges a unit and he does 30 attacks, and they're all -3, and he just annihilates stuff. I want to live that dream. That's like just the possibility of that happening is like, whoa.
So
yeah, it's a kid in a candy store thing.
Dude, that sounds badass. And so just curious, would that give you a reason to play 40K again? Just try it at one tournament to live the Chaos Knight dream.
Well, I'm still
Since you
gonna
have a
play
Chaos
40K.
Oh, okay.
And I bought some Chaos Knights.
Yeah.
I just won one at the event that I
stomped at.
Yeah, and then I had store credit, so I just got another one. So
bitchin', dude.
I have 3 knights, and yeah, I'm gonna play with them.
Hell yeah.
They're gonna be fun.
Are you gonna use all 3 in one list?
Oh yeah, it's like the whole point.
Hell yes. Okay, I cannot wait to fucking see that list come together.
Yeah, and then I'll have to get a few more, and then play 5 melee knights and just lose.
It's gonna be great. I'm gonna hide in a building, and no one else is gonna think of it. They're gonna be like, I gotta get out there and kill those knights. I gotta hold some objectives, and I'll be like, I'm just gonna sit here and not get tabled, because he can't hold objectives. That's the secret. No wait, he can. Can knights hold objectives?
They can.
Nice. Yeah. So yeah, you just move a knight to each objective and have them kill anybody who gets close. No.
And then just hopefully not die.
Yeah. That's the main thing. Is somebody brings flyers and they just shoot the crap out of you. Stubbers, go. Use your nipple
Go,
stubbers.
Stubber Rangers. Pew, 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 pew.
Oh yeah. So cool. All right. Now that kind of wraps up the things to look for Chaos Knights. Pick one up if you want. If it sounds like it'll be a good addition to your army. I know I will be building one really well, probably semi soon because I want to get the Aversion kit because I like the backwards legs a lot. Like I'm a big fan of
Yeah.
that. They just look kick ass.
The new sword looks really cool.
The new sword is
Yeah,
fucking
that's like the
badass,
main.
too.
That's the main selling point for me.
I'm
Also,
probably
the
gonna go-
transfers are really cool with the
Really?
snake and everything. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen the transfers yet. I'll have to take a look at that. That is a good reason too, because like I used to think like it's crazy how far transfers have come since I was like a kid. Like it used to be transfers just looked like see-through stickers and it was just awful, but nowadays they look amazing, especially if you do them right.
Yep.
Oh yeah. So with that, we'll go ahead and sign off. Let's see. Any last words for the people?
Peace.
Out.